Yes. I have just returned from an extraordinary expedition across the Bering Sea, you see, where the great town of Azeroth fell to their knees at my presence. From the tallest tower in the town I shouted, "The buttholes I am after." Who is that nasty?
Zack will kill you and fuck your bitch.
People pay $1 million for one drop of my sperm.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on, guys? Short episode today. I don't have a lot planned. I have a really short episode. I just figured I could come on, tell a quick little story, and then leave. So I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's collecting their stimulus checks like they should be. And I hope everybody is spending that money wisely on trampolines and pools and stuff. Okay? So, anyway, when I was young, I was a punk. I was a punk kid. I've probably said that in every fucking episode. But I was a punk. I used to I don't know, I guess kind of seek attention subconsciously. It wasn't like I was like, oh, nobody pays attention to me. It was just like, oh, I'm going to act out, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen a psychiatrist or a therapist or anything like that. So truly, I don't understand what's wrong inside my head. But I was a punk kid and I used to run away from home a lot. And not that there was much wrong with my home or what was going on. I was just a teenager who wanted to fucking act out. So that's what I did. And I used to know this kid named Alex Bowen who is probably still in prison. If you knew him when I knew him, it wouldn't have been hard to guess that he was going to end up in prison for a really long time. He would just be obnoxiously stupid, or I guess an obnoxious criminal, you could say, because he was the type to just like walk into a store and demand all the money. You know, nothing covering his face, nothing hiding any of his stupid tattoos or anything. Just walk in a store, ask for the money, and then leave. I mean, and he was successful a few times. There was this one time he robbed a store, like a shoe store or something like that. And he was posing with all the money on Facebook. Like he had a couple stacks of money. He was like posing with it and taking pictures and shit. And he posted those on Facebook. And yeah, he shouldn't have done that because now he's sitting in prison. You fucking idiot. And his little right-hand man, Andrew Gamillion. Just another little chump hoodlum kid that used to run around with me and Alex whenever we were doing stupid shit. I met that kid when he was like 11, and it's sad to say, but now like as an adult I can look back and be like, yeah, he used to look up to me and Alex for the dumb illegal shit we used to do. So I guarantee if he would have just stayed away from me and Alex, he would have a completely different life. This motherfucker now, he's like a chubby little cute white kid that thinks he's a gangster and thinks he's so hardcore and shit like that. And you just look at him and you go, man, somebody didn't love you enough, you know? But anyway, yeah, those two guys I ran away with a lot. And then this other kid, what was his name? Josh Redenbaugh. Man, I haven't said that name in a long time. This fucking redheaded dude, Josh Redenbaugh. Or maybe his name was John Redenbaugh. I think it was Josh. We'll go with Josh Redenbaugh. Another white kid, ginger, thought he was, a gangster. Obviously, from where we grew up, that's how you had to act to get by. But it was cringy with a lot of people like Josh Redenbaugh, Andrew Gamillion. It was just really fucking cringy to watch them try to act like thugs or act like gangsters. So And then there was this other kid I used to run away with named Skylar. But I didn't run away with Skylar. This time I'm about to talk about, it was me, Andrew, and Josh Redenbaugh. No, it was me, Alex, and Josh Redenbaugh. And we had previously ran away from home together before, so this wasn't our first time running away from home together. I need a drink. So this wasn't our first time running away from home together. And every time we ran away from home, we never really had a plan. We would just kind of meet up after school one day and kind of just never go back home. It wasn't like we made a plan like, yeah, we're going to meet here at this time of night. We're all going to sneak out of our houses and we're never coming back. It was never like that. It was always just like we just never went back home for a while. And now being a dad, that's so fucked up. The shit that I put my dad through, you know, looking back on it as a parent now, fucked up shit. Excuse me. That was a weird burp thing that just happened. Almost puked on camera or on audio, whatever. Anyway, so we took a ferry over to Seattle, which is what we would regularly do when we would run away from home, because the foot ferry, or just the regular ferry in general, that goes from Bremerton to Seattle, is free one way. So you can go to Bremerton to Seattle for free if you walk on the ferry. But if you're going from Seattle to Bremerton, it costs money. So it never cost us anything to get out of town and just go to Seattle, be in a bigger city, have more opportunities to, you know, rob or steal or, you know, get drugs, whatever the plan was, whatever we were doing. And most of the time when we ran away, the first few days, we would spend just walking around downtown. We would, you know, rip off like little corner guys, little corner weed dealers, like black dudes that think they're about to hustle us. We would set it up to where one of us gets the weed and the other one's gonna pay the guy, but the other one pushes him down, and it was always a fucking mess. And it always ended in a tiny little scuffle, and all three of us just running in opposite directions, so he couldn't catch us all. And nobody ever did catch us. We got lucky. We never got our asses beat. But we would rip off like little tiny weed dealers, and then we would go in gas stations and little corner stores, and we'd steal 40 ounces, like MD 2020 and Cisco and shit like that. If you don't know what MD is or Cisco, that's like pre-high school, junior high shit, because that's usually the only shit you can get your hands on when you're young. So it was hella Cisco, hella MD 2020. Just getting faded, getting high, walking around downtown Seattle, not having any rules, basically, is the main reason we ran away. We didn't want anybody to tell us what to do, right? Young teenage kids, we know fucking better than everybody else. Nobody can tell us what to do. I know how to live my life. You don't know how to live my life. So we would spend a few days walking around downtown Seattle, and you know, we'd just be getting high and drunk, and then we would always end up getting into some dumb shit. Like, I remember this one night, we were super fucked up, super drunk. It was like midnight, and then 1 a.m. rolled around. We were in this alleyway, and we were in this alleyway like in between businesses. It was the back side of these business buildings, and it was just an alleyway that went through, and we were all fucking drunk. And we're looking in these windows and stuff. And Alex looks in this one window and he goes, "God, dude, it's a jewelry store." And we're like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? We're all fucked up. Like, "Yeah, fucking jewelry store, man. Let's fucking get this shit, dude. We're going to be fucking balling." So it seems like a dream, I guess. When you're drunk and crazy things happen when you're drunk, it seems like a dream. But it was real. This seemed like a dream to me because we saw that we were behind a jewelry store, because we could look in the window from behind the store, and see like pictures on the wall. We could see the front of the store through the back because there was like a storage room door open that you could just see straight through. And Alex takes the screen off the window, sets it aside, and just pushes the window open. Like there's no locks, no wood blocking the window or anything. It just slides right open with ease. And we hop in like this shit's going way too well and smooth. And we're not taking anything at first. We're just walking around. I'm not touching anything. We're just walking around. And I'm like, just in disbelief. We're walking around a jewelry store, drunk as fuck at 1 a.m. It's dark as shit in this jewelry store. The street lights are coming in through the window. So like the jewelry is shining in such a way, dude, it fucking felt like a dream. Like I was standing in the front of the store looking out to the street. Like if the wrong person were to just walk by right now, we would be fucked. And it was a weird feeling. And I never took anything from the jewelry store because I was really fucking nervous and scared that if we got caught that we could do some serious time for breaking into that store. So but come to find out the next day, Josh and Alex Bowen both had pockets full of jewelry. I don't know why I was surprised, but I was mad at first, but then quickly realized that I didn't take anything, so I thought I was good. But that's not how the world works. If you're involved, you're still just as guilty. So, but we had jewelry, and we started slanging a little bit of jewelry. You know what I mean? Like we would trade a ring for some chronic, or we would trade a necklace for some ecstasy or something like that. And that's how we were getting fucked up for days. And we slowly made our way across Seattle, sleeping in different recycle dumpsters. And if you don't know what a recycling dumpster is, it was a genius thing on our part, because we would normally run away during the colder months of the year. Of course, it was never planned out, but it always ended up being during the colder months. So sweater, jacket weather. And behind most retail stores, or just stores in general that receive merchandise, there's a recycle dumpster in the back where you just put straight cardboard or newspaper or paper items, right? And we would walk around downtown Seattle and we'd find one recycle dumpster after the next. And that's where we would pass out for the night because it would be kind of cold outside. So you find one of those dumpsters and you kind of just like nestle yourself into the cardboard and you cover yourself up with all the paper and shit. You warm up really fucking fast. So we were never really cold. And as lame as it sounds, it was always kind of laid back and chill in those dumpsters because no one bothered us. It was quiet. We were, just alone, and we could get, some sleep. We would just wake up in the morning, hop out of the dumpster. Sometimes we got weird looks because people would be around and they'd be looking at kids just crawling out of a dumpster at, 6 a.m. Like, what the fuck is going on in reality right now? And they're like, we've been standing here for 25 minutes smoking a cigarette and you guys haven't made a single sound. But you crawl out of this dumpster out of nowhere. Oh, it's hilarious. But there was this one instance that we did have a bad experience. I think we were behind like a Target or something deep in Seattle. Like I don't even think we were in Seattle anymore at this point. But we were right next to this giant mall. We were right across the street from this huge mall. And I'm pretty sure we were behind a Target or a Kmart or a Toys R Us or some shit like that. And we found a recycling dumpster. And we were like, all right, this is where we're going to sleep for tonight. So we hopped in, we start nestling down and we start smoking. And we smoke a blunt and then we get done and we're all kind of, chilling, about to pass out. And then we do pass out. We fall asleep. And then I'm assuming a couple hours went by. I wake up to what sounds like a fucking dump truck. It's like that eat, 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 eat. And I'm like, oh man, that that sounds like a dump truck backing up. What the hell's going on? So I pop up the lid a little bit, and the dumpster, literally a foot next to us, was being picked up and dumped. And I just had this huge, like this crazy flash and vision, and I was like, damn, we're gonna die in the back of a dump truck. We're gonna die getting squished by trash. Fuck this. So I hop out, I punch the lid open, and I like jump out and run like, I don't know, 20 yards. And Josh like opens the lid and looks around, and he's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? And then Alex looks over and he's like, fuck, we're gonna get dumped. So they both hop out, and then we leave. So dude, if I wouldn't have woke up that morning though, or when I woke up, just imagine being woken up as you're flying through the air into the back of a dump truck. Before you could even say or do anything, hundreds of pounds of trash and other shit is just piled on top of you before you're compacted into a fucking pile of nothing. So luckily that didn't happen. But so the way we would cover larger distances is we would sneak on buses. I remember this one time we snuck on this bus, and me, Josh, and Alex, we were all dressed in all black. We came up with an idea that would be the best thing to do, would be dressed in all black. And I remember it was after the morning we almost got squished by that dump truck. We went to Kmart. So we must have been sleeping behind Toys R Us or something like that. Because we went to Kmart, and it was one with an escalator. You had to take an escalator outside up these stairs to get to Target. And we went in Target, and we all took our turns getting all black shoes, all black pants, black shirt, black jacket, beanie, just all black everything, right? And we took our turns, and we all put our clothes on, and then we left. Obviously, we didn't pay for shit, and I don't know how we didn't get caught. We were some of the only customers in there at whatever time in the morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Excuse me. And we got all of our black clothes. I don't know why we thought that was a good idea, but we did. But I remember specifically hopping on this one bus. I don't remember in what town. I couldn't even fucking guess what town it was. Might have been, I don't know, Leavenworth or some dumb shit. I don't fucking know. But I remember hopping on this bus, and it was one of those extended buses. So it was like the length of two buses, and in the middle was like that violin part that bends around corners. So we were sitting like right in the middle of that bus on the violin part that turns, because I really wanted to try it and see what it was like. But after riding the bus for a minute and just like looking outside and thinking about shit, dude, I got depressed. And this was one of the first times I got really like sad running away, because I like looked outside and it was cold as fuck. There was like, dustings of snow on the ground. It was cold as shit. Like the clouds in the sky and the weather and just everything had to come together, and it just made me feel like shit. Like, it's hard to explain. But anyway, that time passed. We ended up hopping off the bus, and we were in this town. We were in this kind of shitty town this night. We got off the bus in a bad spot, and we didn't realize, but we were in like a normal town. We weren't in like a busy inner city. So we were like, fuck, this sucks. So we were walking around. We found a pizzeria that we got some free pizza from. So that was dope. And then later that night, Josh, that little pussy ass Josh, he started to feel guilty, and he used a payphone, because we were so close, because we've done this before. We were so close to the border. Or we were, what we thought was close. I mean, we were probably 80 to 100 miles away. But we were almost there. And then right outside of a Rite Aid on the sidewalk is this payphone. We're walking by, and Josh goes, I'm going to leave my mom a message. And we were like, nah, dude, that's not a good idea. She could have the police track that call and everything, even if you hang up and everything. So he picked up the payphone, and when you make a call on a payphone, you get, it says this call is from and you record whatever message, and then it does its thing. So Josh picked up the phone, called his mom, and was like, "Hey, Mom, it's Josh. I just want to let you know that I love you and I miss you and I'm okay." And then he hung up. Well, his mom is a little fucking, a little whatever she is, investigator. And it just so happens the town we were in which we didn't know where we were, and we really didn't even know how we ended up there, because the entire time we're just getting high and drunk, and we just kind of, float on by. So, but it just so fucking happens that Josh's uncle lives about 10 fucking minutes down the road from where he used the payphone. Are you fucking kidding me? The fucking luck. How could he not know? Bro, that's your uncle. How could you not recognize the town? I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He might not know that uncle very well. He might have never met that uncle, but we were still posted up outside of Rite Aid, for like 12 minutes. Not very long. And then we started to walk away. And then this dude comes walking up in shorts, athletic shoes, and in like an athletic shirt, straightforward hat, like kind of looks like a cop. And he starts walking towards us, and we're like making room for him on the sidewalk. And then we pass him, me and Alex pass him, and he puts Josh in a chokehold. He just, boom, puts him in a fucking chokehold and holds him. And then me and Alex look at each other and we're like, what the fuck? And then me and Alex look at Josh and we're like, dude, you're fucked, bro. You're caught. We didn't know who it was. I don't even think Josh knew who it was. Some strange guy came up and started choking our friend out. So immediately we thought it was a cop. So me and Alex look at each other and we dip. We just fucking bolt across this parking lot. We're like going in between buildings and behind businesses, and we're trying to be, we're strategically trying to hide, right? And we're getting away for a little while. We're evading, ducking and evading. We can see that the guy that choked out Josh has called the police and let them know, and we're, ducking in bushes, watching the cops drive by and everything. And we ended up slipping, and we were walking in front of this business. Cop caught us. We got arrested, and then it was a long fucking drive back. It was a long ass drive back to Bremerton. So yeah, we almost made it to Canada, but I made it twice, and those are stories for another episode. But yeah, that's how that time I got busted. And man, let me tell you, my dad was disappointed when we got back to Josh's house, because we all met up at Josh's house, because that was like, Josh's mom was the one that found out where we were. So she contacted all the parents and everything. So when we showed up, the parents, my dad was there. Alex's big fucking mom was already there. But guess what? He's lucky. His mom don't give a fuck. His mom didn't care. She couldn't control him. If she tried to, he would just beat the shit out of her. Are you kidding? Some of these kids out here, man, you guys just don't understand. But all of our parents were there. And we're really lucky we didn't go to jail. But our parents, I guess, just didn't want us to go to jail. They just wanted us to, be safe. And the cops, uncuffed me, and I went off with my dad. We were the first people to leave, because my dad's like, fuck this bullshit. I don't know who these people are. I don't want to be here. I just want to get my kid and leave. And that's what he did. And then my dad was just like, the only thing he said to me on the drive home, the only thing he said, he looked at me and he goes, what the fuck were you thinking? That's it. That's all he said. So yeah, it's safe to say he was probably a little disappointed. I mean, I would be too if my eldest child had ran away from home with no explanation, no note, no nothing. So I apologize for that, but I was a stupid fucking kid, and a lot of you were probably stupid fucking kids too. So, but that makes for great episodes on the Hindsight Podcast. You got some stupid fucking stories about when you were a kid or a stupid teenager, holler at me. Let's talk about it. Let's set it up. I want to start doing this shit. So, I had a good time. I told you it was going to be it's running a little past 25 minutes at this point. One of the shortest episodes I've ever done, but I just wanted to hop on, tell you that pointless fucking story, and hope you guys have a great day. Hope you're staying away from the COVID and slashing anybody's throat that has COVID-19. You need to cut their fucking head off. I'm just playing. Don't do that. But I hope you're staying safe. Hope you're staying healthy. Go tell your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, uncle, grandma, great grandparents, whatever. Go tell them all that you love them, because tomorrow you might get in your car and die. That is a reality that might happen. That is something that may happen tomorrow, the next day, or shit, today. You need some milk. You're going down to the gas station to get some fucking milk. Wham! Dead. So enjoy this shit. Until next time, I love the fuck out of anybody who's actually still listening or currently listening to this podcast. I will return eventually. Peace to the motherfucking world.